Good evening and thanks for joining Apex Esports League for Project Cars 2 tonight. Going live with the Pagnian Imports Formula Renault Championship. It is round 3 and that sees us at Red Bull Ring GP. So we'll take a look at the session for Red Bull Ring. We have 15 minutes of qualifying. Weather conditions will be medium cloud, and then the race is 20 laps. Weather is medium cloud through to clear, and there is a mandatory pit requirement. Our championship standings after round 2, we have DK Rush with a close lead with 277 points, and Head Farmer closely behind on 271, only having 6 points between them after round 2. And that came with a clean sweep for Head Farmer last week at Imola, taking that pole, going on to take the race win and securing the fastest lap bonus points as well. So well done to the Head Farmer. And looking at the track, we are in Austria for Red Bull Ring GP. Track length is 4.32 kilometers. There's 10 turns, and it's going to be a lot of fun seeing these guys in the Formula Renaults around Red Bull. It was great seeing the iRacing crew on Monday night around the same track in the Formula Renaults. It is with the DRS in these cars, so it's going to be much quicker around Red Bull Ring tonight. Don't be shy if you're joining us for the stream, jump in the chat. Use those sound effects controls down below as well, have some fun with that. We're having some clashing going on in the lobby beforehand, only one driver and they're not being able to have it resolved, and that is Mark. Which is unfortunate as he's pretty close in that championship standings. DK Head Farmer and Mark have had some good runs up the front, and some swapping around at the front end as well. And the Pretenders had some technical issues the last couple of rounds with coming into the pits, changing tyres, the game having a pit glitch. Actually throwing cold tyres on that essentially just strip themselves as soon as you're out of the pits, and you can't even move. It became unfortunate after a lead out the front last week at Imola. And it could have potentially been a race win with how it was going up until that point. After some troubleshooting this week and doing a full reinstall of the game, hopefully that's resolved that issue for Pretender tonight. To Midcliffe. DK championship leader. With only a difference of 6 points in it, that qualifying position is going to be extremely important, as is even just the fastest lap bonus points. It's only 5 points. That could make a big difference when there's only 6 between them. Taijo, our previous series champion. He wasn't able to make the first 2 rounds, entering the series round 3. Third wheel, and that's Pretender fucking in behind. Pretender just sets first pole, a 120, 120. Dirty Monkey sets in a 121 almost flat and brings the car into the pits. Nick lands a 119, first timed lap. It's a fair bit of curb through turn 1 as well. He might keep making way back out on track again. Drives getting time on the board, but having some issues, just having an off track. Doesn't appear to have taken any damage. It's narrowly missed that sign. Could potentially damage that front wing. Oh, some understeer, put that car off track, brings it back on. Joe, 116.8. That gets in a time. It didn't invalidate that lap going off track. Oh, he's been a big spin behind. That must have been Mick Cliff. Car coming into the pits now. Obviously took some damage from that spin. Perfect timing as across over the head farmer. Heads down, pit straight. 6/10 off on that lap. Turn 1, watching that inside curb, using as much runoff as he can. He can take the car quite out of the corner. See Mark. Previous attempts at trying to get in. Turn 3. Hear that rear spool up. Getting loose on that crest after that apex. And variation, this one compared to Red Bull Ring on Monday night. That corner before that big long right-hander that no turn-in curb. Got a nice time here. It's not going to be a pole time. This can make up big ground for this last sector. And even coming into these second last corner, no entry curb either. Diving inside through the final turn. It's an improvement. No gain in position. 116.8 was the time for Head Farmer. Oh, caught some grass. Quite a good spoiler coming out of the pit box. Case previous 117.326. Just lost. Oh, it was Mick Cliff. Just had a disconnect. And DK. So there's 7 minutes to go. I'll be able to get back in. But it's got that time down to 122.4. Strengthen the brakes. Hit exit. We rather tricky trying to turn in here. DK's rejoined. And Mick. They'll be loading in a moment. There's DK. It wasn't too much longer after. Another improvement for Head Farmer. I've had a disconnect too from the looks of it. They're still on board with that. Oh yeah, it looks like even Apex Arts session also doing something weird. We'll back in a moment. I think the session has actually frozen on us. We may have to actually resume the qualifying. Haven't been having a whole lot of luck with the connection issues for Project Cars 2. Did end the retail for it. I don't see what's going on with the broadcast side, so we may have to just go to our tech issue screen and we'll be back in a moment. we do have some technical issues. We have had multiple connection losses, as well as myself in these. We'll be doing a qualifying restart, so we'll be coming back with a 10-minute session. So we'll be loading up a brand new lobby for the drivers. Hopefully that's going to resolve the connection issues that multiple of us are having at the moment. So qualifying is complete, but we'll be back within a few minutes once we get the drivers all set up. So stay tuned, and we'll be back in a moment. And we are back, and the clashing now resolved. All drivers loading in at the exact same time and no clashes between them. So restart of qualifying. So that means we will be having 10 minutes qualifying, just shortened up by that 5 minutes. The full qualifying session did just end while we're trying to fix it up. And there's only about 4 or 5 drivers that actually made it through to the end. Having myself disconnected multiple times. And we've even managed to get Mark back in as well with no clash. If we can see now, all 8 drivers make it through to the race. It has, yes. Unfortunately, not on the Xbox. It is a fantastic game. Now all sales for the game gone. Without getting second-hand copies, it's going to be hard to be able to see those on it, and it's only going to be a matter of time before the servers are turned off, unfortunately. We've been running this for 3 years, more than 3 years now. I started on Project Cars. It is a beautiful game, a great sim. Dirty Monkey. Now making a pit stop. He was doing a tyre warm-up weave. Oh, he's just been disqualified. He's just sped into the pits as well. Dirty Monkey's going to have to jump out of the session and then back in to clear the disconnect. Hopefully it's not the disconnect, but disqualification. Hopefully that then doesn't bring him back in with a clash. Oh, very loose in the rear for Head Farmer. Our first qualifying session, pretty much just a practice session for the drivers. And mucking around for Tyjo, lands the 116 straight up. And is Dirty Monkey back in after suffering the DQ. Yeah, it would be making you want to download the game again, Nartaz. Being pulled from retail as well, it may even be worth having it downloaded because it's only going to be a matter of time before it could potentially be removed from stores for download again. Always be good to have it downloaded into an external drive, sitting there for later use. The driver's getting into time for Vert, and then Dirty, who's had to come back in. Oh, yeah, if you got the disc, definitely chilling. Oh, Pretender, is he going to save the car? He's gotten loose. He's made wall contact. He did a nice qualifying time beforehand. Oh, he's just caught the garage wall on the way out. Flipped that car right around. And here's the tricky thing about coming out of the garage in this game. It's remembering to actually... Not remembering, but just sort of trying to gauge how long your car is before you actually start turning in. As you do clip that wheel on that concrete wall. Taijo's 8 tenths away from... Sorry, DK's 8 tenths away from Taijo. I suppose it is the exact same gap either way. And there's that rear spool coming through turn 3. And we're on board with Head Farmer in our first qualifying session. Head Farmer's just bumped up a spot, crossing the line for 1:17.153. Less than 100th away from DK's time. That's bumped Mick Cliff down into 4th. Mark's just got in the time. No times a cross reference for Mark, with him not being able to get into the session beforehand. It's probably quite lucky that mass disconnects were happening in the qualifying rather than heading over into the race. That makes a much bigger mess of things. Yeah, everyone's got a time in. 1:21.9 for Dirty. But did a 1:33 session before we saw a 1:21 being set. We're only going to see 5 to 6 seconds splitting the drivers. That's going to be a great gap between 8 cars. Oh, Mark's on the move, up into P3. Nick Cliff improved as well, reclaiming his spot again. Head Farmer's been bumped down. Taijo and DK getting in the 1:16s. Mark, Mick and Head Farmer in the 17th. Some good grip getting down through that apex. Our first 5 drivers, only 8 tenths gap. Going from pole with Taijo, DK, Mark, Mick, and then the Head Farmer. Oh, costly for Pretender. Can he save the car? Dirty Tyres will be able to clean them up over the course of this lap, and then there'll be enough time to get one more timed lap in, so there's only a minute left on the clock. And there, Vert's improved that previous lap. That was a little bit wide, saves the car. It's not enough track, so should be able to be improving a lap time. caught some spin through turn 1. That's qualifying done for Vert. Mick and Mark are in the pits. Mark's bumped down DK. 0.159 away from pole. Hydro's still out on track. That's leaving Kaijo, Head Farmer and Pretender. 3 seconds to go, so this will be final lap for Kaijo. And there'll be an improvement. Down into a 1:15. That's 15.812. And more movement for Head Farmer. Bumps up into 4th position. Pretender makes some ground over this lap. He's the only driver left to improve that time. And it's still a quick time of 1:18.9. He needs 5 thousandths to match Dirty's time. Not too bad of a line, carrying some good speed. Is there movement? Yes, he goes up a spot. Moving Dirty down into P7. So it was a 1:18.028 by Pretender. Pole setting driver is Kaijo. And then in P2 is then Mark. And we've got DK, Head Farmer, Mick Cliff, the Pretender, Dirty Monkey, and Vert Wheeler for our grid order. We go to the grid now. Hopefully no pit strategy or pit errors for Pretender. For potential win stripped last week from the glitch. Having a great run out in the lead until having to make that mandatory stop. A fresh install of the game. Hopefully see no errors in that tonight. A fair few dips seeing on the cars as they bob down. That's them loading up the setups. So if we'll hit that ready button, it'll be good to see the lights drop. Jump in the chat, let us know who you think's going to take the win tonight. Been a great mix between DK, Head Farmer, and Mark towards the front. And then Pretender was up in it last week. Now we've got Kaijo setting some quick pace. Lights go green for round 3. Oh, what a launch. That's Mark getting away to a blisteringly quick start off the mark. But he caught that inside curb, so it's allowed Kaijo to sneak away. DK able to get up alongside, but Mark's being able to hold that track position. Hey Jurassic Jam. I'm good, how are you? Vert Wheeler and Pretender side by side. Pretender goes out rather wide, so he's dropped that pace. That's going to allow an opportunity for Dirty to also close in. Oh, Head Farmer gets loose. Try and stay out wide. I think there's a car that's gone off into the inside. Battles going on multiple fronts. Head Farmer makes a reasonable recovery. Unlucky not to have occurred any obvious damage to the car. Taijo is starting to pull ahead a fair bit, 3.6 seconds and climbing. Being a couple of rounds down in the championship, points-wise, not too much of an issue for a race win. For our series leaders, points-wise, it's going to be crucial for that battle to occur between DK, Mark and Head Farmer. Particularly DK and Head Farmer, there's only 6 points between them coming into tonight's round. Jesse Jamie are playing with the force feedback, try and get it dialed in. Yeah, there's so many options to be able to do on this game. With all the different wheels out there, it takes a lot to try and get it dialed right in. Well, that's a spin. I think it's Mick Cliff. Coming out of turn one. Looks like some wall contact potentially. Front end appears to be okay. May have come out of it, luckily. And up on the jacks now. Has taken some damage of just getting that mandatory fit requirement out of the way early. Lap 3, Taijo in the lead, being 5.5 seconds over P2. Pretty good run down through the final turn from Mark. Gonna try and open up a run down pit straight to catch up to DK. Head Farmer a few seconds away. They're doing well after that off track. Yeah, it would be good to try some of these guys' setups. They do a fantastic job of tuning the cars. They put a lot of time and effort into it each week. They do plenty of practice. And this car seeming to be faring okay. But we'll just coming in to pit just the lap before. The lap just completed by Taijo, 1:17.6. We're seeing some pretty quick pace early on in the race. I think I've been disconnected, so we're not changing cameras. Resume with camera controls again in a moment. focused on Vert for a while. Couple of laps. Make up some ground, and the other drivers come in for their mandatory pit requirement. There we go, camera controls back again. Tojo pushing out the lead. Nice, made ground on DK. And the lap just gone, a 1:16.8 for Tojo, so we're getting down into qualifying times. Farmer coming into the pit now. Lap 6. Monkey's car behind Nick. Yeah, the cars do sound good. These things absolutely scream. Now that DRS held down all the way down pit straight. Stream of these 3.5 litre Formula Renaults is phenomenal. Good stop for Head Farmer, down into P7, 53 seconds away from race lead. And there's probably about 6-7 second gap around the time of pit entry. Mick having an inside pass on Pretender. Doing well side by side. Can't go rubbing in these things with the open wheels. Oh, Pretenders gets loose, he saves the car. Lost a lot of pace, and if there's any DRS left in the tank for Dirty, he's going to be able to close in and make up a position. Vert coming in, lap 7. So that earlier stop may have been to contend with some damage. Just make up some quick ground again on Mick. As lap times getting quicker and quicker for Tyjo. 16.219 now as the fastest lap in the race. So now out of focus. Dirty Monkey. Dirty and Mick both diving down into the pits. All the cars up nice and quick without taking any post-race time penalties. Mark's falling away from DK. Tyjo coming in the pits on lap 10. But we see DK and Mark also follow in. I'm assuming they're probably going to stay out on track. DK stays out, Mark comes in. And sees DK come into the race lead. There's open track ahead. He's already been getting clean air as there was a fair gap already been put on. He needs to land some pretty consistent quick laps now. Try and make up some of that ground. Tyjo rejoins P2. Lap traffic in behind. Palmer moves up a spot. Pretenders in the pits. Dirty Monkey journeying back in again. Potentially not getting tyres changed. Having to come back in for another lot. If you don't have those setups set correctly, you can come in for that stop and end up leaving on the same rubber. That's our race leaders having got the mandatory out of the way. If they can get through the remainder of the race without having to stop, it probably shouldn't be too much of an issue. Only 8 laps to go. DK's release. DK's trying to gain as much time as he can. He's flirting with those gear shifts down pit lane. Mark and DK very close together now. Oh, there's a car that's just gone off. I think it may have been Vert. Yeah, he's trying to get the car back on. He's going to make wall contact. DK starting the space a bit already just through those first couple of sectors. Nice flyby of Head Farmer. Now on the wing with the Head Farmer. Chasing Mark up ahead. Oh, he gets a little loose, but he saves the car. Did balk Head Farmer. The door closes quickly as it opened. A bit slippery in the rear for Farmer as well. There'll be potentially a little bit of driver fatigue. Post-race time penalty for Pretender. This car is exceeding track limits, so it's only going to be 1 or 2 seconds. Slowly closing that gap in. This is where they both came a little unstuck the lap before. The Farmer didn't get held up as much as last time. There's a spinning car ahead, that's Vert. Solid wall hit. He'd had dramas the lap before as well. Mark defended that inner line. Mistake by Head Farmer. Cuts the inside and takes some grass. And Farmer's main goal here would be to try and take that position from Mark so that he can stay as close as he can to DK's position. It's very unlikely that they're going to get up into P1 without some significant interference for Taijo. Even a small mistake in coughing an off-track or a spin, if there's no damage taken for Taijo, it's going to be enough of a safety net having the 19.5 seconds. Means DK's got to try and keep that gap. Head Farmer as much as possible as well. And if the car's feeling alright and it's not feeling too risky, try and actually aim for the fastest lap, score the extra 5 bonus points. Fastest lap was a 1:16 done by Taijo. Taijo then just setting the fastest sector 1. Bit of oversteer. Going to be corrected for dirty. And in comes Vert. Deal with some damage. We'll look at these timings and see what the time penalty is for Tender. Vert's just copped one as well, so that seems for speeding in pit lanes. It came in a bit hot, copping a 10-second penalty. Only 1 second for Pretender. It's not going to be much of an issue. And it's been a disconnect for DK. Disconnected on lap 17. That's unfortunate for DK. 30 Monkeys. Actually, no. DK retired and showing for the disconnect. Unless that is actually just showing the race feed. Maybe in a stack. He's unfortunate with the disconnects. Head Farmers closing in big on Mark. Points wise, this is going to be big opportunity. An unfortunate disconnect. But still in the pits. There must have been some big damage to have to tend to. Cars very loose. Fatigue and potential chewed up tyres. Oh, that's some weird stuff, DK. Seeing the frozen carts when there's been a big dropout. Especially with only a couple of laps to go as well. Mark's feeling some big pressure behind now. Some lap traffic up ahead. But moves off track and lets them through. TJ flying ahead, 1:16.305. Next in a comfy position for P4. At 13 seconds away from P3. And ample time, the car behind. Must have been some DRS left in for both. Oh, so close. It's final lap. This is where it's going to be decided for P2. Mark and Headfarmer have been at it for ages. Headfarmer's pestering those mirrors big time. He's going to try and pull off the switchback. Takes a different line to be able to change the turning, carry a bit more mid-corner speed, and then try and get that exit. Mark's got to get a lot wider. Tajo crosses the line, checkered flag, taking the race win for round 3. Head Farmer slides the car after that inside line. It wasn't enough. Car potentially could have spun there. There's only a couple left in it now. He dives out super wide. If there's any DRS in now. Mark holds the line, takes P2. Head Farmer P3. What an intense battle to the end for Head Farmer and Mark. Well done. Mick takes P4. Delayed kick over to get to the results, but there we have it. Race results at Red Bull Ring GP for round 3 of the Pagnian Imports Formula Renault Championship. Taijo takes win, and then also setting the fastest lap, a 1:16.140, so a clean sweep to round 3 for Taijo. Well done. Also on the podium, P2 is Mark, and then Head Farmer in P3. Then we have Mick Cliff, Pretender, Dirty Monkey, and Bert Wheeler. And unfortunately with DK suffering a disconnect back end. We'll invite our podium finishers in. Taijo, Mark, and Head Farmer in here in a moment. What a phenomenal race for Taijo, and then that last battle, and here's Mark and Farmer. What a fight to the finish.
Yeah, good battle.
Yeah, you're pestering those mirrors something fierce, Farmer.
You just kept coming out a bit slow. The last ones I had to get out of it because I was going to hit you in the arse. I just didn't have enough time to get back across.
Yeah, but you had a quicker exit than me, so I thought you would have been fine, but you seem to have backed off a fair bit. So I wasn't sure if I was just dipping off in front of you too much or whatever.
Held off. I was
I was trying to play defensively, but I wasn't sure if it was too defensively.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't too bad. It was fine. Like as I said, I got you out of the I got you out a couple. I had to back out a little bit coming up behind you out of the corner, especially coming into the last corner.
A few times.
Yeah, and
with that tyre slip. Yeah.
Those two right-handers coming onto the finish line sort of thing. They get in there a bit faster. But yeah, it was good.
Oh yeah, that's definitely my kind of corner based on my setup. My setup's definitely for the double left-handers and the double right-handers. Those sharp corners I was not as good at.
No, nearly, because you came around that last one where the pits are, and you come around there. I come around carrying a heap more speed, and I couldn't sort of I guess, cars in the middle, so I can't get around you.
I'm running a high downforce setup that's good on the long, curvy, double turn corners. Those sharp corners ain't good for my setup.
No. But no, it was a good race, fellas.
No, that was brilliant.
Congrats,
and good
Taijo.
job to you, Taijo, just jumping in, decide to smash us all.
No.
Yeah. So
34-second lead.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Oh no.
Yeah, just casually, why not? Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
You can?
Yeah. Well
Yep,
done, Mark.
that's
Defending as well. I was watching the timings in the map screen. It's just two dots close to each other. Wonder what's going on there.
Yeah, very close.
Letting up on each other.
I was stressed enough being in a DK and HD sandwich, but I feel bad that he got disconnected.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't wait to watch back the stream.
Yeah.
Been racing fairly well, so that's nice.
I guess we've all had our share of being ahead of each other in different positions now, the three of us.
Yeah, you have now. Messed it up.
It sort of sucks because I was hoping to battle a bit more with his, but I got caught at the start. Someone hit us in the arse and ended up with damage on the rear.
Oh, did you got damage? I was wondering why you dropped off so much.
Yeah, so that first on the double left-handers, the first one caught me out a couple of times at the start.
Yeah.
Just wasn't quite ready for it, but yeah, got tagged at the start, and that's what stuffed us a bit. But
I also noticed when the Wheeler had spun across the back straight, you dropped off too.
Yeah. I thought he was
I
coming
wasn't
back
sure
out
if you
for
got
sure,
contact
eh?
or not.
No, it was close.
Yeah, it didn't
he's
look
got
like it.
close. Yeah.
But no, it was good. It was fine. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fantastic fight.
It was a big thing on the pit strategies because I basically pitted the same lap as Taijo, but I was like, oh shit, like what's HD pit so early for? And then I saw DK pit later than me, so I'm like, we're all going to be having different tyres. So I'm all thinking about like how our tyres are going to be and how we're all basically in the same spot in the standings. So, and then we all basically came out of the, like when I came out of the pits, we all came out together.
Yeah, it was unreal.
Yeah, it was. You came out really close to DK when he came out.
Yeah, and then Farmer just came out behind me, so we all ended up being close to each other again anyway.
Mm. I knew it was going to be tight. Like when we were battling at the start, like everyone was just on the same sort of times. Going to be close.
Yeah, and then even your qualifying, I think it was the first 5, only 8 temps difference.
Yeah, it was really close.
It was very tight.
No, Taijo had a great qualifying as well. He was ahead basically the whole bloody time.
Yeah, breaking
I
into
know
a
we like the rest of us.
right at
Yeah.
the end too.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I nearly did. Yeah, I was aiming for that 115, but not worth it. I feel quite comfortable in there. Yeah, the car felt very. It felt like it was standing on its toes. Last few laps. I'm gonna spin. Nah, never mind. But
Better just save
yeah.
the car.
Yeah, saved the car. It did feel quite good though. So yeah, happy with that.
Yeah, it looked like it was on the rails. Well done.
Thank you.
It's going to be
Congrats to everyone else as well. Good fight. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
it
looking
was
Yeah.
Cheers, mate.
good racing.
Can't wait to see the
overall.
bloody standings.
Yeah, it's going to be mixed up.
Next
will.
track
Shane,
is
probably with the
good for
disconnect.
overtaking. Oh no, yeah, because he's going to go way further down, not just.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's only qualifying points. That's going to hurt some big
Yeah, that will
recovery
be tough
work
for
next
him.
week.
Oh, there's lots of overtaking at Zhuhai to be done, so.
Yeah, big opportunity.
Oh, I got a world record set up for that in time trial one day. So.
Oh, look out.
Oh, you want a setup? Just ask. That's
See, some of our viewers are even saying they'd love to try your setups.
yeah, just ask. My DMs are
Yeah.
open, dude.
There you go, guys. See the
Yeah.
send the message through.
Courtesy of holographic. Yeah, he's asked me for a setup a couple of times, and I just gave it to him.
What did you change, Taijo? Because did you use mine and then change the
Yeah.
camber, or
Oh,
did you?
by the way, I have Mark's setup. By the way, I was using his
Oh,
setup.
using marks.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I
you
was
changed a
using
fair
mine.
bit, I'm guessing, because you would have changed different to what I changed. You would have done your own thing to it.
Yeah.
Just down
I'm curious
2
what you
clicks.
changed.
Down 2 clicks on the front roll bar, and that's pretty much it.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! Okay, I changed way too much. Then I should have gone with the original one.
Yeah, because I wanted to. Yeah, because it was quite understeery through that S section. I wanted to.
Yeah, I found it.
Just lift, turn, and just keep it pinned on 4th gear. So, yeah, instead of having to change down to 3rd. So,
Yeah, I was changing all the suspension and everything. I should have just kept it simple.
needed to have very steady thumbs in this race.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Your thumbs will be bloody sweating.
Yeah.
I can only imagine how hard it is.
Oh yeah, it's not that bad, but yeah, it's quite fun if you quite hook it through. I mean, clipping that sausage curve in turn 1 is quite hard to not do, you know, because I'm so used to clipping that using GT cars and just going over it. Yeah,
And these cars are so responsive.
Yeah, qualifying was like my chance to just like try and test which lines I can take, and yeah, going up into 2 wheels in the first few laps of quality, not ideal, but hey, now I know not to do that.
That's it.
But yeah, either way, good run from everyone. I mean, quite chaotic start though, the disconnects and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
it
finally
was.
got there in the end.
We got everyone, and except for
Nearly
when we had
all eight
DK
coming
disconnect from
through,
the race, and
yeah.
I think someone else as well. But
Yeah, very lucky, Mark.
majority
Yeah, congrats, guys.
I was a bit worried about starting the race.
It wasn't that fortunate.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Hopefully the thing doesn't affect DK too much, and the battle can keep going.
That's it.
Yeah.
There's a few rounds left, so it's got a chance.
Yeah, you can catch up if
only
you.
halfway this time, especially big points in the last one. That's where it'll.
I'm all here part-time, folks, so
disconnect.
you don't have to worry about it.
Oh, you definitely helped change the standings.
I did? No? Okay. Well, good running, guys. Thanks, JT.
Thanks for racing, JT.
Well
Thanks,
done.
JT. Good race, guys.
Good luck next week. And then we have Bajo, Mark, and ahead from our podium finishes for round 3, and then we will be back next week. Same time again, hopefully with less dramas to worry about. And that will be at Zhuhai International Circuit, and it's going to be a great race to be able to see a lot more passing opportunities there. It's very fast and some fantastic corners that are very well suited to the Formula style cars, so you don't want to miss that one. We'll be back live at 7:45 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time for Thursday night next week with round 4 of the Pagnian Imports Formula Renault Championship, and then also 7:35 PM this coming Monday for our Formula Renault 2.0 Cup on iRacing. So check that out as well if you want to see some more fast open wheel action. Thanks for tuning in tonight, and hope to see you trackside next time.